Welcome back to another edition of the Comedy Podcast.
Second effort got there.
I am your host, DJ Marcus, and you are joining me live in the one and only Comedy Studios. I'm never alone at Comedy Studios, folks. I'm with my boy Joey LaFaro. Joe, say hello to the people.
That was like when the running back runs out to the one side and they like kind of get stopped, and then they have to like turn around and run back around.
Oh yeah, I hit a wall on that one. Yeah. Oh man, but we're not alone, Joey. We are joined. By the pretty funny diva of North Jersey herself.
Or at least a picture of her.
At least a picture of her. I guess she's not as pretty or funny this week. Candace August, welcome back to the show, Candace.
I told you to take a sip of water before you did the intro, and you just refused to listen.
I did take a sip of water, and the water is what it like gargled down there, so it threw all of it off. Like it fucked the whole thing up.
Oh shit!
Oh man,
Your moisture intake better.
yeah, I got to drink. I got to suck, swallow, then talk, as I tell the women in my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have some drainage issues.
Yeah, I think so.
You need to irrigate.
Man, I've been battling this Rona, man. I got the Rona, Joe.
Have you though?
No, haven't.
You got the Ronies?
No, hell no.
Oh.
I'm a Superman.
Can't play with that.
I'm super fucking human, as I will go over in this week in Comedy. Because you know what, Joey? I broke my arm 3 days ago. Look at it, still good. Look at that. Look at that.
So
look at that.
About
Look
this
Look at that.
arm that was broke that
boom,
wasn't.
Boom, boom. Look at that. It's working.
I got a call at work. What was this? Wednesday?
Yeah.
So here's the funny part. This happened on Wednesday. I get this call, and I'm like, oh, something must be going down. And then I find out, then he's like, look at Facebook. So I look at Facebook, and he's got this arm in like 8 different sling casts. It was like a Frankenstein of cast slingery.
Yes.
To where it looked like it was like becoming part of him. It looked like some like psychopathic mad scientist had like tried to build a bionic arm out of cloth.
Wait, what are you talking about?
All right, so here's the story.
Marcus was injured last Thursday.
Yes, last Wednesday.
Well, he reported being injured last Wednesday.
I didn't see this on the Facebook. You posted this?
I posted it.
Did.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's sad. Did you wrap that yourself?
No, he tells me that he broke his arm in several places. And I was like, how did you not know? Because we did a whole podcast. He was trying to think of when it could have happened. And but his arm had been bothering him since that Sunday, which is before our last episode. And so for me to like wake up the morning after the podcast and he's telling me that his arm is broken after we recorded the night before and said nothing to that effect.
Yes.
It was like, what happened overnight? He's like, nah, it's kind of been bothering me for a few days. So like, you're the guy who walks around with like just a shattered forearm, like there's nothing wrong with it. And then we had like, it was like retrace, like if someone loses their keys and you try to take them back through their steps. And we had concluded that he probably did something like irrational, trying to impress a girl on a date when he went bowling.
Yes.
That was the guess as to how he could have possibly broken his arm. And then I get a call like yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, it turned out it wasn't broken at all."
Here's the thing: if you break your arm, you won't have to retrace your steps like you lost your keys. You will know the minute that pain hits if you broke a bone.
Now
that's not necessarily
now
true.
here now. Okay, I'll give you the full story. Okay,
as a person who's broken a thumb and then played through an entire football season with it.
So on Sunday, I went on an outing with a new friend.
Uh-oh, you got a boot?
Yeah, you, Candace. It's always.
Oh my god.
And we went on our outing, and I thought I had hurt my elbow, like I got tennis elbow or something, because I was throwing awkwardly. because I was still standing stiff when I was throwing, so I didn't have any like fluidity in my bowling. So I thought I had jacked my elbow up. So I was like, all right, it'll flex out. It'll be all right. I'm doing my flexing, just trying to keep it going for the first couple days, and then I'm like, all right, well, none of that shit seems to be working. All right, shit. You know what I think I may have did? Might have got a gout flare up in this bitch. And so I started doing my normal take your medicines, eat your vitamins type of situation to get the gout out. And none of that shit's working. It just keeps getting progressively worse and worse. So on Wednesday night, I have a men's group on Wednesday night. And after that, I passed out in the middle of that because I took so many fucking pills that I just passed out in the middle of that. I don't even remember what happened at the end of that damn men's group.
Been so many places. I've seen so many faces, but nothing compares to these blue and yellow, purple pills.
So I passed out during that, and then I woke up like as it was ending, and I felt my arm, and I was like, this shit's still hurting. So I went and got some more pills. And so I started talking to the person I went on a date with, and I was telling her about it, and I'm like, yeah, this shit hurts, but I think I'll be okay. I think it's like tennis elbow. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. So I sat on my couch for about 10, 15 minutes in like 12 o'clock at night. And I started like massaging my arm. Like whenever I get a gout flare up, I normally just massage the area and it feels a little better. I massaged it this time and I pulled my hand up and it was burning inside of my arm going from the elbow up to my wrist. And I felt tightness in my fingers. So it was like everything was wrong with my arm. So I was like, all right, I need to go to the hospital. So I go to the hospital and I get the hospital treatment. They didn't care about me for the first like 3 hours I was there. They put me in the hallway.
No, they don't care about you for like 3 to 4 hours, and then they care about you hard for 15 minutes,
and they get you out of there.
And then you're there for like a half hour just waiting to leave.
Yeah. So I got the hospital treatment. So they got me good, and they were like, all right, let's take some x-rays. I couldn't move my arm. Like if I tried to straighten it out, it wouldn't straighten out. If I tried to turn it, it would hurt like hell. So they were doing all the things, they're moving an x-ray machine to make it work for me. So they took the x-rays and they come back and they go, oh, you've broken both of your fingers. You've broken your pointer finger, your middle finger, and your thumb. And you have fractures in both bones.
What hospital did you go to?
Holy Cross.
Of course.
Yeah.
That all makes this whole story make more sense.
Yes, it does. So I'm like, all right, well, shit, that would explain why it was so much pain. Because it was like, I've never felt like this before in my life. So I'm like, all right, cool. So what can I do? So they gave me a splint and they wrapped it up. They gave me two Tylenol, like 9,000s. These motherfuckers are this big. I ain't never had a Tylenol this big in my life.
They gave you some liver killers.
Yeah,
okay.
They gave me those, and they suppress everything in your body. So I took those, and I started feeling better. And they put a lidocaine patch on it, so everything started feeling good. And they were like, okay. And then they gave me Motrin 800 like they normally do, and they said, all right, when the swelling goes down, the inflammation goes down, go see a doctor. So I went. So that was Monday. Monday, I went and saw the doctor yesterday. And the doctor was like, okay, so I'm looking at your x-rays. It looks like you may have broken this at some point, but it's not broken now. And he said, what probably happened in this, and I'm taking him at his word for it, is you had a gout flare up that encompassed all those breaks you have in your arm. Where it normally would just stay at the joint and just kill you at that one pain point. It just went around all those breaks you used to have. So that's why it hurt so bad up and down your arm. And I'm like, well, that would make more sense than me breaking it right now. And so I was like, okay, now it's gout. And the fact that the 800s made the pain go away. Because that's the only way for me to like get over gout pain.
Right.
Like once it onsets, I need like Motrin. If I don't have those, fuck y'all. I'm good.
Yeah, keep being inflamed.
Yeah, it stays inflamed, and the only thing to get any other inflammation out of me is the Motrin 800. So I'm happy that I'm feeling better. I have learned that I am part Superman because yes, I have broken bones. and not gone to see a doctor about them, Joey, because I just worked through it. Because again, he said there is evidence that I've broken these bones before, because there's there's like calcium like formed in between these shards in my arm, and he's like, it looks weird, but so that's why they probably thought it was broken at the ER. Yeah, they treated me like an ER patient. Yeah. It was weird. It was the weirdest, nicest thing I've ever seen, because there was a lot of beautiful nurses in the ER, and I was happy to be there. As well as crazy men fighting with the security guard because he didn't want to get a CAT scan. I guess he was scared to be in the tube. So they were like, hey, we need to get a CAT scan this guy. And the guy's like, I ain't going to no damn CAT scan. I ain't doing no CAT scan. They were like, well, we need to get a urine sample. He went to get the urine sample. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. It took him 15 minutes to wake this motherfucker up. First part. Second thing, he went in the bathroom to get the urine sample. Came back. I could see the cup from where the fuck I was, full of water. There's no piss in that cup. I don't give a fuck I don't care if you drink gallons of water a day. There was no tinge of yellow in that motherfucker. And everybody looks at the cup. I'm in my bed looking at the cup going, that's too damn clear, bro. And the security guard sitting there like, why you put water in the cup? It was the funniest shit in the world. So then the security guard and the dude get into a fight. And the dude is fighting him, talking about, I don't know where the fuck you think you from, man. He's like, I'm from Southeast DC. I'll fuck you up in here. And the guy's like, man, I know people from Southeast DC. I can go in every hood in Southeast DC. I can go into 5 projects in Southeast DC. And the security guard goes, well, I can go into 6 and fuck you up in all 6 of them. Funniest shit I've ever heard an old black man say. Because it made no sense at all.
Why are they fighting? I don't even understand what the altercation is about.
Because the dude was drunk and he didn't want to cooperate, and he hit a nurse earlier that night. I heard that part. So they were all on edge with him anyway. So all the nurses are yelling at him. They're like, "Just go pee, just go pee," and then they're like, "Just go take the CAT scan and get out." It's the funniest shit.
Like they just needed to do the bare minimum to treat him so they could move the fuck on.
And so he just wouldn't go on, and then finally they got him done because he wouldn't take the CAT scan and just kicked him out of the fucking hospital.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And so I'm sitting there like, oh, other thing happened in the hospital. I went to piss, and the guy cleaned and sanitized my bed while I was gone and took all the shit that was sitting on it. And I was like, and I come back, and he's like, oh, man, I thought you left. Nigga, what the pee? I'm right here. Nobody saw me go pee. What the fuck is going on around here? They taking this COVID shit way too fucking serious.
They're trying to see if you're going to actually ask for any of your stuff back.
I sat back down in that bed. I was like, man, give me that warm blanket. And he's like, I got you. He went and got me 2 warm blankets.
Okay.
I was comfortable as hell. He didn't get my. They have disposable blood pressure cuffs at the hospital now for COVID, so you don't have to share them, which is a great investment. Like truthfully, if you do a lot of blood pressure taking during the day, and they were like, yeah, keep your cuff with you. He threw my cuff in the trash, so they had to go get me another cuff because they kept trying to take my blood pressure. All right, truth and honesty, I have high blood pressure. I eat salted foods. I'm sorry, I don't eat pinches of salt, motherfucker. I need my food to taste like it tastes something. All right, so I have high blood pressure. It's genetic.
Needs flavor enhanced.
So they took my cuff. So then I was like, well, they ain't gonna be able to take my pressure again. And they bought me another cuff. I was like, God damn, this is like, I hope I don't get a bill from these motherfuckers. That would be the icing on the cake, is to get a bill for $10,000 that I ain't got.
But you got to hear that conversation about the pee in the cup and the Southeast comparison.
Yes. So that was my Tuesday into Wednesday.
Okay.
And then Wednesday mornings when I posted and when I texted you and told Chef Dave and got Now, another part of that of the story is they gave me oxycodone for pain and for pain and sleep. I can't take drugs. I'm not a drug guy. I told you the story about the edibles in California.
Give them to me. I'll put them in a safe place for you.
No, I need to rewatch. Okay, so there's a movie I watched this weekend, but it would have been so much better if I was on drugs.
What movie was it?
I don't know if you guys heard of the movie Iron Mask?
Yes, with
with Leonardo.
No, not that one.
Not Man in Iron Mask.
Didn't know. Not the Man in the Iron Mask. Iron Mask.
Who's in that one?
Take a guess. And I guarantee you there's two major stars that were executive producers on it.
I have no idea. I'm
Tom
thinking
Cruise and Brad Pitt. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Jackie Chan and
Nice.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That sounds like you need to be high to watch that one.
They made the most unnecessary film of all time. It's on Hulu, and it was made in 2019, and somehow this went under the radar.
It was made recently. That's the part that I'm not getting.
By like 15 like Russian film companies. It's a sequel to some other movie.
What, Plastic Mask?
I don't know. So no, So apparently it's part of some Russian movie trilogy, but this is like the second one in the series, and it's supposed to be about this cartographer who like travels from Britain because he's invented some special carriage that allows him to make maps better.
Okay.
Basically, he just made a carriage with a wheel on it, and he knows how like long the wheel is, so he can count the rotations as a carriage rolls and figure out how far he's gone and make his maps really accurate.
Okay.
So he goes the first story. He apparently went to Russia, which made I had to Google this because as I was watching the film, none of this shit makes any fucking sense. They start in a castle, and there's like a Jackie Chan who's basically Raiden from Mortal Kombat, and then you have this like guy with like this weird accent wearing the iron mask in this jail cell with this other old pervert, and they're all chained together in this room. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger comes in, and like it's instant laughter because he's dressed in like the bright red British coat. So clearly he's supposed to be British, but he's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Iron Mask?
Yes, and he's like dressed like a red coat from like the Revolutionary War. So he's got the wig and the bright red coat and like the pirate shirt under it.
Okay, so it's called Iron Mask Voy 2 Journey to China.
Yeah. The movie actually starts with them telling you about some dragon whose eyelashes turned into tea, and then it's the healing tea, and some witch tricked the dragon, and now the dragon's stuck in a cave. And yeah, there's so much unnecessary shit convalescing. Then like there's like the Russians, there's like apparently the Russians like got the Peter the Great captured somehow, and like there's just like 6 stories coming together that don't all fit. So they took like the Man in the Iron Mask, they took like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, they took
the Revolutionary War,
they took like the Tower of London for some reason, because if you remember, Man in the Iron Mask took place in France. There's no French people in the whole film. And then there's like some random thing where there's like a recap of the movie that came before it, and he's talking about how he like went through like Eastern Europe and saw all these like random monsters. So there's like, okay, let's take some Brothers Grimm shit. Like there's just a bunch of like random, it's all together, and it's like really like bright colors and shit. So I was like, man, if I was on mushrooms, this would be amazing. Also, it's unnecessarily dubbed. The whole film is dubbed, even the parts where they're speaking English. So you can't really tell. There's times where the guys aren't speaking English, and they're still dubbing it. And then there's
shit.
And then yeah, it's
Voy 3 is coming out in 2022, and it is going to be in 3D.
Somehow I wasn't wearing 3D glasses, but it was in 3D. Like that's what you'll feel like.
It's called Journey to India, and it'll be out in 2022.
They had like a
weird aspect.
They had some chick who looked like if you ordered Charlize Theron off of Wish. And she was like one of the main characters.
Wow.
Oh, the best part is she's like the cartographer's like girlfriend.
Okay.
Like they're not even married, but like there's a scene where and it's got the guy who was Charles Dance from Game of Thrones, and he's her father, and he's like disappointed because she like had a kid out of wedlock with this guy, and like she's trying to get him to like do the guy a favor or something because he keeps sending her pigeons with notes. And
sending a raven
like this. I know this is like really out there. I'm giving too much away, but I can't. There's one scene. There's one scene where she's like, "But he's the father of my children." They cut over to the kid, and he's the most ugly, unnecessary British child. Like he's wearing a pirate hat. And then they just usher him away this next second. So he stood there for a second and looked like an idiot.
Look really British, and then they ushered him off.
Just so they can point out that he was there.
Wow. Yeah, I won't be looking at that.
It's 2 hours long.
It sounds like it would be a ridiculous headache by the end of that.
But it's entertaining.
It is okay.
It's entertainingly bad. It's hilarious. There's the Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger have a completely unnecessary fight scene that has nothing to do with the story at all, and they're in a very small part of the movie at the beginning and the end, and it makes no sense. But nothing in the whole thing. Once you just accept that nothing in this will make sense, and just ride it out because it's hilarious.
Okay.
Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not.
All right. I'll give it a shot. I'll take a look at it and see what it's about.
I needed to recover after watching the Tom Clancy's Without Remorse movie with Michael B. Jordan on Prime.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Isn't he like a fire starter or something? No, that was another one. That was the Fahrenheit 451 movie. I mix up Michael B. Jordan movies occasionally.
It's just ex Navy SEAL goes on murder rampage when his wife and
kid are died killed.
Yeah, pregnant wife gets killed.
Of course. Okay.
Right. The problem, it actually is a decent action movie. The acting's really good, but the script was like, if you ever waited until 3 a.m. the night before your semester project was due, that's what this person who wrote the script did. It's literally the bare minimum dialogue to get from beginning to end.
Okay. Candace, did you ever watch WandaVision or
I did watch WandaVision. I watched about maybe 4 or 5 episodes. I was completely lost.
Or Birdman and Diddy.
I checked out before it came back together.
Yeah. Did you watch was that Black Hawk and the Easter Bunny?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that one.
I did not.
You didn't watch that? I watched both of them. I binge watched them both in 2 nights. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd be there with that.
WandaVision, I give a 7 out of 10.
You know what was weird with Falcon and the Winter Soldier is that its actual main storyline was the weak point. Yeah. But the side stories were so good that it made it a good show overall.
Yeah. Okay, first thing, that Captain America they chose, bitch ass nigga. I don't care how the fuck you cut it with him. He was bitch ass nigga from jump.
Oh, they did that on purpose. And he was everything he was supposed to be because he was that in the comic books too.
And they found the Uncle Thomas black man in the galaxy to be his sidekick. It was funny as shit. Their duo ship.
I just didn't understand why he was wearing eyeshadow.
Why?
I was like, there's no way. Who did his makeup? There's no way he looks like that.
They look. You know what they said when they were thinking of that shit initially? Hey man, other Captain America got a black friend. Let's give him a black friend too. It's like, what the fuck is he here for? He had no purpose at all. WandaVision.
I mean, that was a character in the comic.
He was? Okay.
Yeah. So
they didn't flush him out enough for me.
In the comic book, there's a character called U.S. Agent who basically before he's U.S. Agent, he just fuck you, Captain America. Steve Rogers, I'm gonna be Captain America, and he's basically tries to challenge him, and he has this other guy who had this Battlestar was his sidekick,
his friend, yeah.
Yeah, and so there was a combination. It wasn't written the same way in this show as it was in the comic, but I thought they did a really good job of bringing those characters into this universe.
Yeah. Now when they were in the car, and Falcon says, "Hey, so what's your name?" And and the dude says, "Battlestar." Fuck you say it like that. That's like everything Falcon would say in the show is shit I would say in real life. So it's like, fuck is going on right now?
Like
Did you come up with that?
Yeah. Why are you sitting in a car in by the fire? Like the pose he was sitting in too at the time. Like
None of it made any sense.
Laid out in the back of the Jeep like he was on a bearskin rug.
What are you modeling? What the fuck is going on right now? But yeah, it was like I said, I enjoyed it. I did. It was a fun little jaunt, and then giving Falcon his own movie. And Phase 4 is gonna be. Phase 4 looks like it's gonna shape it to be pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah.
But with WandaVision, a lot of unnecessarium in WandaVision.
I think that WandaVision was trying to set up like 8 to 10 different things.
Yeah.
So the payoff with that one's going to come later. The problem with that is those characters are not as they're not characters that people are as familiar with.
Yeah.
To begin with. So getting, Wanda and the Vision already were characters that were out there, and then you're on top of that you're layering a really wacky show concept.
Yeah.
Which was kind of unnecessary, but kind of interesting. Like I'm glad they did it. It was a cool exercise in, hey, let's go take this nostalgic sitcom format trip, and they do kind of explain where it comes from at some point. So
yeah,
they did make it make sense by the end. But I thought they did a good job. I mean, like everything else with Marvel, it's it usually ends up solid if you stick with it.
What was the black girl's name in WandaVision?
Monica Rambeau was the character.
Black girl WandaVision.
I don't remember the actress's name.
Tahira Paris. Tahania Paris. Yeah, so I know who she is. She was on Survivor's Remorse.
Okay.
It was a short-lived situational comedy starring no-name actor who I refuse to name, okay. And Mike Epps and not Tisha Campbell, the black girl from the mom from Everybody Hates Chris.
You're doing a good job of protecting black women right now. Forgetting all their names.
They don't protect me. There's one right here who hasn't protected me once. Right there. See the one with the picture in the middle of the screen?
Because you always talking shit.
I mean, I protect them. If they in trouble, I don't need to know their name to protect them. Do I? Is that essential?
I think you're trying to give these actresses some credit. You want to actually know their credits.
Okay, I can't pronounce everybody's.
That's why if I'm trying to do it, then I try to make sure I check the name.
You need to. That's the difference. That's different, white man. You need to. And we're gonna get into that when we get into these nuts in a minute, because we got some shit to talk about with these white folks. These white folks doing it again, Candace.
That's all they do.
That's all they do. Take our black and brown women and turn them upside down and get them all sprung so that 30 years later they want to rekindle some bullshit that happened 30 damn years ago.
17 years later.
What is happening right now?
Oh, we're gonna take a commercial break.
Sounded like we were taking a slow descent into nonsense.
What song should I use, Joey? There we go. It's always a slow descent to nonsense with us. But Joey, we had a .comedy podcast, my friend. And we're gonna come back, man, and we're gonna deal with a whole bunch of shit going on in the world. What's going on in these nuts, man? We got celebrity news.
Jennifer Lopez is back in the streets.
She for the streets?
She was from the streets and only for the streets. So we'll get back into that, and then I don't know. We need to check in on Serena Williams. Something's
wrong with her. But we'll be back with a whole lot of fun on the .comedy podcast.
I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my cellar messing. Pull up to the scene, but my roof gone.
And we're back on the .comedy podcast. This segment of the .comedy podcast is brought to you by Carnivals. That's right, Carnivals. Want to have some fun with the family on a good Friday night? Go to a carnival. Buy some tickets, ride some rides, play some games, win some prizes. That's a carnival, my friend. I love them. Joey loves them. Everybody here at that comedy loves a good goddamn carnival. Ferris wheels and shit, nigga. And we're back on the That Comedy Podcast. Joey LaFaro, DJ Marcus, Candace August, motherfucking carnivals. I timed that out. I timed that out perfectly, didn't I, Candace?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Oh man. Joey LaFaro, what do you look at your phone for?
My brother is texting me like an MRI. But it just looks like he's pregnant.
Uh-oh.
He's been having back problems.
Got a hernia?
I don't know. We've been trying to figure that out. But tell me this doesn't look like an unborn fetus.
What is it?
It's a I don't know.
It's growing.
It's a bit of a, it's
how LaFaro's penis is looking inside.
It's a CT scan of his pelvic girdle, but I don't know.
It's how LaFaro penis is looking from the inside. They curl up like that.
It looks like there's a fetus.
It looks like a baby. Like it looks like your brother's pregnant.
That's why he's in pain.
He's in
having
his third trimester.
Unnecessary pregnancy. Told him to stop fucking around with those aliens.
Pretty much. He keeps eating that bone marrow, and he decided that's how he got pregnant. He went on that carnivore diet. Oh man, but Joe, what's going on in the world, man? You know what? You know we into. You know what, Joey? All right, let me start that over again. I said 5 words, and all of them were rambled together. You know what we're getting into next, Joey?
What are we getting into next?
These nuts. Got
Oh, no.
Got What's going on with these celebrities, Joey?
I don't know if you're aware, but Jennifer Lopez broke off relations with one Alexander Rodriguez.
Now she broke up their relationship. They're still fucking.
Wait.
So relations still happen.
But here's the piece of information that has come. She immediately has now gone on a week-long vacation with her ex, Ben Affleck.
Isn't he married to Jennifer Garner?
No, he's been divorced for like 10 years now.
So Ben and Jen got divorced?
Yeah. Ben and Jen got divorced 17 years ago.
Okay.
And then...
Damn, it is a long time. Time to keep going.
I don't know at what point he realized that Jennifer had horse face, but...
Day 2. Day 2 of that.
I don't know if he knew going
Garner's
in.
pretty. You guys gotta stop.
She is pretty, but her face look busted some days. Some days she look like a nut. Sometimes she don't.
I mean, I ain't make her skull.
It's fucked up, Joey. Can't say that shit. Oh man, but yeah,
Anywho.
he's out. Ben Affleck's been single for a number of years now. He was fucking a lot of nannies. I saw that he was fucking a lot of nannies. He does a lot of that. But
okay.
like, because every time they show him with a new nanny and the kids out of the park, and it always
So he's Archer.
Yes, he's Archer.
He's banging the maid.
So now that Jennifer's free, Jennifer Lopez this time is free of her burden of matrimony or relationship burden, he decides to jump back on that, just like a white man. Just always gonna come back and reel him back in, because that's what y'all do, Joey. That's what y'all do to him.
What?
That's what y'all do, y'all reel him in with that smoothness. I don't know what's smooth about white men, but it's something that black women can't resist. Am I right, Candace?
Amen.
See, there's a perfect example right in front of us.
I'm so confused right now.
I blame you, Joey.
They went to Montana.
We're talking about Ben Affleck specifically. Ben Affleck is sexy as fuck. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he ain't.
He's a
Yes,
boss.
he is.
He's a Bostonite.
He's from Boston. His accent alone gets him like 9,000 points off. That you like the accent because it tells you he's white. That's why.
Right, probably. It's probably what it is.
Candace hears that accent and goes, "Oh, you from the white area?
Mm.
Okay, so you ain't got that DC twang in your voice either. All right, good." But yeah, so they decided to spend a week long together, Joey,
In Montana.
in Montana. Then he has a ranch out there, I think.
I don't,
wow,
you know what?
Keeps getting whiter and whiter. The story goes on.
I'm
Candace-
done. I'm done with white people in the fucking country. I don't know what the fuck
Hey,
they
I'm
love
moving
about
out
it.
there.
But look, I had to go get my second vaccination shot on Friday, and it took me like 2 hours to get to fucking Hagerstown. What are we doing? Who's going? Why are we going to Hagerstown? Why is there traffic to Hagerstown? Who's trying to get to that cow and that outlet mall? Because that's all that's there.
Okay.
I don't understand the purpose of this venture.
See, you know,
We stop your rant and continue to talk about Jen and Ben because I, for one, am happy that she's living her best life.
Montana is the same place. I just don't understand why someone would go like this. What's there?
open space.
Mountains.
I actually don't believe it's a state.
You think it's just a part of Canada?
I think it's a facility. I think it's a government facility where they
So
test things.
So the white man is taking the brown woman to a facility, and
So they can use your
warping her
DNA
I
to
did
make a
See
Blanca.
that they want them to
Like in
Blanca.
vacation.
Street Fighter.
Who goes on vacation in Montana?
Marcus.
Who with all that money goes on vacation?
well,
in
there's
Montana?
no paparazzi in Montana because there's nothing there. So there's
I mean, apparently there is. We knew for there.
Well, we knew they got there. They was at the airport.
After the stars appeared separately at the Vax Live concert in Los Angeles Sunday, May 2nd, they jetted off together to the Yellowstone Club in Montana, where they vacationed together for about a week.
Okay.
Oh, so they like locked eyes at this vaccination. Like that's not sexy. That's weird. They just like, oh, we ran into each other at this thing, and it all came back to them. Was Celine Dion there? Did she do a solo?
sang
Of
My
It's all
Heart
come
Will
back
Go
to me
On.
now.
She said, "My heart will go on."
No, it had to be. It's all coming back to me now.
Which one is that?
That would be the song that would define this relationship, this whole situation. It's the only song white enough to encompass this situation.
I've never heard that song before.
What? My heart will go on.
No,
It's all coming back to me now.
it's all coming back to me now. Written
Oh,
by
yeah.
the late Jim Steinman, who died earlier this year.
You've heard it.
Yeah,
Is that the name of the song?
Yes.
It's not on Spotify.
I'll find it.
Like Spotify saying go online and search. Why am I not online right now?
I love how she got out of a relationship with a handsome millionaire and then just like is right back into a relationship with a handsome millionaire. She is
When
like
has she
real-
not done that?
That's her
She's
MO.
amazing. 50 years old, still doing it though, and like still getting like engagement rings from handsome millionaires. She is my hero.
I mean, she's also kept everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Like-
she's my hero.
Like she could go for a dude half her age and no one would even
Bad eyelash. on
care.
that one.
Yeah.
She's-
She hasn't aged at all.
Yeah, she's looking great.
Not even in like some women like age but still look hot. Like Helen Mirren has her thing. I don't need that ad.
Helen Mirren looks great.
Right. But that's a different kind of like that's different. Looking great like that, like at
Helen
her-
Mirren
at-
has regal.
at your age is different than what J-Lo's doing.
Yeah.
Where you just don't age.
Helen Mirren has regal beauty. She looks like a queen. she's like how I would, if I could picture the Queen of England, it would be Helen Mirren. Because it would just be like, you know what? That's a pretty woman that's in charge of that whole fucking country. She seems tough. Okay, I have a thing for Helen Mirren. I'll admit it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? She's perfect.
Thank you.
All right.
This is a song?
I found it. Although it's a music video, so I'm waiting for the unnecessary crap at the beginning to. There's like a guy on a motorcycle in a thunderstorm for some reason. I've never actually seen this video.
It's like there's a guy on a motorcycle. When I touch you like this. Oh, yeah, I remember it now. All right, you can stop it. And it's all coming back to me now.
I might just play this video on silent, so I've never actually seen it.
Does he fall?
Oh my god, he just eats it on the pavement on his motorcycle. He just crashed into a tree.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a whole different.
It's a whole.
That's a whole different context for that song. She's like, if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it's like, oh well, you left, but now you're back, and I'm finding how I can love you again. But if the guy like he left, he makes it sound like they just broke up. Like,
No, he came back. He came
was
back
in a
in the
coma.
hospital. She saw a Facebook post that he was in the hospital and went and checked on him. And now all those feelings are coming back. I got it.
All
okay.
right, I get it. This is why we stopped playing music videos on MTV. Because they don't match the song anyway.
So Candace is excited about this new white relationship.
I'm so happy.
Why?
She's just living her best life. She's so beautiful and fabulous and successful. And like she is breaking the boundaries of what it is to be a woman in her 50s.
With this,
really?
Is this any different than when she hooked up with A-Rod, a year or two ago?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the difference
is. Her and
is.
A-Rod were together for like 4 years, maybe more.
It's been long. It's been long.
Okay. Well, it seemed like it was 2 years
It
ago.
only seems like short because 2020 is.
Yeah, I mean,
2020 doesn't count.
It's 2 years of me noticing because I don't give a shit. But like,
no, but I look at it like this, Candace, and Joey. If
is Ben Affleck a get? Like, I'm confused.
How is he not? How is he not?
Because he's Ben Affleck.
Because he's 50 and he's Ben Affleck.
He's successful. He's rich. He's talented.
But she's been there.
Yeah, she's been there before.
Like this isn't some achievement. This is them both getting back. I think here's what happened. They both went to a concert, realized they were old and couldn't fuck around with the kids anymore. And like, I guess we're stuck with each other now. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, let's go to Montana.
You want to get some pizza?
Yeah.
Let's go to Montana and get some pizza.
I don't know. I think that they maybe always carried the torch for each other. And now since they're both out of relationships, they're just, they kind of fell back together.
Didn't they break up because he cheated?
They weren't young when they hooked up the first time.
No, they weren't. She was in her 30s.
They were both in their 30s.
She said that he was her first real heartbreak.
Yeah, because he cheated on her.
Well, because he broke up with her and then married Jennifer Garner probably like 6 months later.
Hold on. He cheated on her.
Wait a minute. Did her first relationship end because of that shitty Daredevil movie?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I get it. That would be heartbreaking. That makes it make a little more sense.
Yeah. I need a do-over. That fucking movie.
That's a little bit different than Jennifer Aniston losing what's his face? Brad Pitt over Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That was a good movie.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith was a good movie, but also like their chemistry made that movie. Like that movie was like worked because they had their chemistry. Like if I saw that movie and you tried to convince me that something wasn't going on, I would not have believed you. Like it was just so obvious from watching that film. Mm-hmm. But Daredevil was
trash, hot trash. So they broke up. The media story is that they broke up because of too much media attention in their relationship. I remember it differently, being alive at that point in time, and he had a bachelor party, and one of them hookers came back and said, "Hey, here's what I did with your husband," and she was not having that shit. Again, she's still Jenny from the block.
Okay.
You know who she needs to hook up with? You know who she needs to go find? Diddy. Her and Diddy need to run off into the sunset. Diddy love Combs.
Doesn't Diddy have a whole family and shit?
Diddy got like kids. He ain't got no family. He got kids.
Now Diddy said that Jennifer was his first real heartbreak.
Mm-hmm. She left him. She left him when he broke bad though. So that's the worst part about it. When he was down bad, that's when she left him. So she's trash. Yeah, when he had the gun possession shit. You don't leave a black man when they got some gun shit going on. You supposed to stick. That's what they tell you up in the Bronx. Is that what she's from? The Bronx?
Yeah.
Jenny from the Bronx. Yeah, that's her.
That's wasn't that literally the plot of like the Tracy Morgan show?
Yeah. So the last OG. Yeah.
The last OG. I don't know why it was escaping me.
Oh man, but so what else is happening with these nuts, Joey?
Have we checked in Serena lately?
I saw something about Serena the other day.
I'm worried because I saw a picture and I haven't been able to confirm if it's real. People keep telling me it was on her Instagram, but what worries me is I don't know if this is permanent damage. I don't know if there was an accident with some sort of cream. I don't know if there was a surgery. All I know is I keep seeing white chicks memes with her and Lil Kim, and I'm like,
she looks like the white chicks.
She looks like Terry Cruz's wife. I don't understand what's happening here.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, so it looks like Serena Williams looks like she had a bleaching incident. Candace, have you seen these pictures of Serena Williams?
Yeah, and it's not just the bleaching; it's also there's something wrong with like her lips, her nose, like there's a lot of stuff that has changed.
Yeah,
she looks altered in general.
And I think it's because of that white man. This is what happens.
If that's the case,
sisters, I'm telling you,
I'm gonna find him and whoop that ass.
Sisters, I'm telling you, you get you a white boy. This is what happens. At a certain pay level, you get a white boy. Now, if Candace gets this Bill Gates money the way she sees like life working out for her, this is what's gonna happen to Candace. She gonna be lighter all of a sudden.
I just don't understand.
She's gonna be lighter all of a sudden. Her eyes gonna get a little narrower because they're gonna put fat injections in her face. Even though she doesn't need it, she got enough fat in her face. She's black. Black people have natural fat in their bones. We don't need this shit. It makes us look like mongoloids when we get plastic surgery. Plastic surgery makes black people look like mongoloids. I'll say unpopular opinion at the end of it. An unpopular opinion. Plastic surgery on black people make them look like mongoloids. I've never seen one successful one.
I mean, why?
Why fuck with beauty?
I don't get it. Like
I'm trying to figure out what else it is because it's not just the white skin. Like something's different about her nose, maybe, or her lips.
She probably did that. She probably did that shaving down of her nose and thinning of her lips so she could look more white for her white husband.
I mean, are we sure this isn't some sort of filter?
No, I don't know. It just looks off.
It does. It looks really weird. But it also, like, if you look at her knee in the picture,
they didn't get that low on her knee.
It doesn't match her face.
They didn't go that low on her.
So I'm not sure what's happening here.
Did they change her jawline? I'm trying to figure it out. Like something's not right, but you can't pinpoint it because it's like everywhere.
Her eyes look totally different.
I like how the Google search is Serena Williams white face.
I don't. I don't like this type of thing breaks my heart, and I don't understand it. I mean, I understand that there's some stuff, but I don't understand how, like, if you're her husband, bro, you're fucking up. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop this.
Yeah, you need to say, nah, that's not what you need to do. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. Looks like she got lip injections too, which is weird because she didn't need that.
No.
It's just off.
Her face is like squarer. I'm like looking at it right now. Her face is like, it's like more like rectangular now because it was round before. So it looks like they shaved it down.
It's hard to tell because of like the difference of the way the light hits it and the shadows and stuff. And I mean, I don't know what happened.
Injection for cheeks.
I mean,
like
this is the Lil Kim thing all over again.
Yep.
And it's nothing short of tragic. I don't understand. Like, what the fuck? Like, I really don't get it.
It's unnecessary.
If
this is true, now I will play devil's advocate on this one. If this is true, it's unnecessary shit.
She could just be fucking around with makeup, messing with people.
Yeah, she could have did a whole makeup thing and then go in the bathroom, just wipe the shit off, and go ha ha ha. See, y'all want me to tap dance? So some shit like that, I would laugh.
Yeah, because apparently the photo got deleted after people started accusing her of bleaching.
Yeah. So if it is fake, then I'll go. I'll be on her team. I'll be on that team once again. All right, Joey. Do we have a consensus of the .comedy team?
What was that?
If we find out this is fake, we are back on the Serena Williams bandwagon.
I'm not off. I'm concerned.
Oh, I'm off. God damn it! You don't change yourself that bad. You don't turn into a different person.
I don't think for me it's a matter of like get her help. Like I'm more concerned than I am. Like what's happening that allowed this?
It was unnecessary.
Right, but what drove that? Like I need to we need to understand what's causing
her to think she needs to do this.
And I need to understand what put Lil' Kim in the same spot because I don't want to see this happen to anybody else. Really, like I truthfully don't like whatever is happening in our society that's causing these women to do this to themselves. We need to put a stop to it. There's no this is not healthy. It's not there's something's really broken in our world that this is happening. That's the way I feel about it.
All right.
So whatever I can do to help prevent that, I'm down to do. But I don't want to approach this as put it. That's why I actually felt bad when I saw that meme, the white chicks being like, I don't like this isn't funny to me. This is like sad and scary.
So you guys pre-white face, you guys find Serena Williams attractive?
Oh hell yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
The day she got married was the day we wanted to fight her husband.
Yeah. But you don't think she was attractive?
I find her extremely masculine.
Oh, see, you're part of the problem.
I won't lie. Part of that attracts me. It's like, oh, well, and our kids will just be freak athletes. Like that's an extra plus.
No, I look at her strength in as a tennis player, and her beauty comes through all of that. That's what I see when I look at her.
Which is like a plus. It's like if you could carry that physicality and athleticism and still be as beautiful as she is, that's really impressive.
Do you find the what's the black women in Black Panther? The guards in Black Panther.
Oh, the Dora Milaje.
The Dora Milaje. Do you find them attractive, Candace?
Yeah, they are, but they're not like Serena Williams is built like a linebacker. She's very masculine, so I can't.
She built like Evan Smith trying to run the A gap.
I won't lie. I'd take Serena over every one of them.
I wouldn't take them over. I wouldn't take her over them. I like the shiny bald head.
The bald head doesn't work for me.
Shiny bald head work for me. I like that. I don't know what it is.
The bald head and the accents.
The accent should be your shit. We know you an accent.
No, it really
if you look at Serena Williams, just Google her arms and her shoulders, that shit ripples like a grown ass man. I can't get with it.
Would you want her to hold you at night, Candace?
She looks like she could beat off fucking a group of muggers for
exactly.
Me. She could beat off a group of muggers. You damn right.
That's not.
No, that's not what we were talking about. That's not where we were going with that. I'm sorry.
It's just it means if we get in a fight, then I don't have to do all the fighting.
Okay.
You know that stuff where a girl pick a fight with a dude, knowing that her boyfriend's gonna have to step in to actually fight him. With her, I could pick fights with women that annoy me, and she can step in and fight them. We could be that team.
Yeah, she picks the fight with the dude. You pick the fight with the chick.
And we go, all right, tags, and then we fight the other one.
I can see. Look
at this picture that's just extremely masculine.
I don't know if I can look at that safely on air.
No, you can.
I can. She looks strong, but that you got an action picture of her. You don't have her sitting with resting muscle. When you this is an action picture. She got to have that much strength that she gonna do what she's doing right there.
That's in the middle. That's peak flex.
Yeah. If
she don't walk around like that.
She ain't sitting on the sofa like that.
Yes, she is though.
No, she ain't.
I mean, if you do know,
if Candace got a picture of her sitting on the sofa like that,
that might be what she looks like when she orgasms. That's possible.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
It's oh,
muscles tense up.
Oh!
You might have to be okay with that. in that moment. I think it just broke Marcus.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know.
All right.
But her beauty shines through it. That's for me.
Yeah.
Her beauty shines through it. So it's
Yeah,
not.
I just don't want.
It's,
I just be really nervous getting a hand job, but that's part of the excitement.
I don't ask for those too often. It's like, babe, we don't need to do that. We just do regular stuff.
Oh no!
Oh no! You get it?
I don't understand why she sounds like a wrestler.
Oh!
This Sunday at WrestleMania.
Oh my God! All right. So, anything else going on with these nuts, Joe?
No. Not with these nuts, but we got some regular nuts.
What's regular nuts, man? We got some shit going on with the rest of the world.
Yeah. So in this was in New York, in Albany, a district court justices ruled last week that a Confederate flag painted on a rock in a woman's driveway could play a role in her child custody battle because her child is multiracial.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here when this was brought to the .comedy news desk,
The child was born in 2014, so they're about 7.
he's about 7 now. When this was brought to the .comedy news desk, I had one thought.
Mm-hmm.
Did that flag appear before or after the divorce? Because I'm trying to figure out where you build a racist. Because if it was there during the marriage, that nigga's stupid. First and foremost,
I think
The
that there was
husband's a dumbass.
I think that there was some. So the quote from I think the judge here was, "Given that the child is of mixed race, it would seem apparent that the presence of the flag is not in the child's best interests, as the mother must encourage and teach the child to embrace her mixed race identity, rather than thrust her into a world that only makes sense through the tortured lens of cognitive dissonance."
Oh, she must be fair-skinned. So her mom's teaching her the white's right. And the judge is like, nope, can't do that.
Well, first of all, you're in New York. Like, that's a union state.
too
you-
far north for this shit?
You can't be claiming Southern heritage if you're living in Albany.
Can't claim it. I agree completely.
Second of all, a rock in the driveway.
Why?
They're not flying the flag. You painted it on a rock. Which
makes zero sense at all.
Why would you just go, I ain't put that there? Like, it's a rock.
Just kick it, and it's like ain't on my property no more.
Someone put it there. I didn't ask him to put it there. I don't know why I think she sounds like that.
That's how she sounds because she's from New York.
That's not a New York.
That's not a New York accent. Well, she's a redneck from New York, so it could be.
I ain't even put that there.
I ain't even put that there, Your Honor.
That was a gift from my aunt, but I told her I didn't want it. She just was like, "Hey, you're gonna have it," and she left it off her back of her pickup.
And then rode off in the sunset. Oh, okay. So, Candace,
Yeah.
if you get to your new husband's house, Mr. William Jefferson Gates,
Okay.
and he has a Confederate flag in his front lawn.
Out of sight, out of mind.
This is shit. This again. I can see this being a reality for a lot of my people. Joey, you get to your future Mrs. house, and she has a Wakanda flag in her front yard. What are you doing? All right, see, Joey knows what to do.
He already has an African girlfriend. I don't know if this question applies.
It applies. It applies when I need it to apply.
I don't like being tested randomly just to see if I'm still answering the questions right.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop doing that to you. But it looks like I'd still want to know when that damn flag appeared. Because if that coon decided that this is what he was going to do with his life, he deserves whatever the fuck comes from his judgment.
Look. Here's what happened. She was mad at her dad, and they went out to a bar, and she was like, "I'm gonna make daddy mad at me," and then they had the sexy time, and they didn't wear protection. And then she got pregnant, and then they were like, "We're gonna try to make it work because my daddy shotgun said so." And then, it didn't.
It didn't work out because they were racist.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else is going on, Joe?
So, Papa's got a brand new bag.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
And it ain't her. Ain't no guy, no rock in it. Some stuff's going on. So here's the thing. I'm a little concerned about this.
Okay.
Earlier last week, my girlfriend revealed to me that she needs to go to Houston for a family engagement.
Okay.
And she's brought up Houston before, mentioned that her family lives there before, and said, "Hey, if we were to move away, what do you think about Houston?" And my position has always been, I need a really strong reason to move to Texas, because it seems like a place that I would get into a lot of fights.
Okay.
And that probably is not going to be good because everyone there carries a weapon.
Very true.
Then
they'll be saying Joe's
cost
name.
of living.
Yeah, well, that's the argument she made. But this happened overnight. A tiger was just spouted loose in a neighborhood Sunday night.
Tiger King.
with a guy pointing a gun at it. and then yelling at. So apparently this tiger was actually owned by someone who lived there.
Yes.
And had wandered out into the front lawn as a pet. And the other guy who, was a Texan responded in typical Texan. Get the fuck back inside. Fuck you and your fucking tiger. While pointing his gun at the tiger.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
What was that?
Hello?
Candace? I think she moved off. But here's the thing.
Here's the thing. If your tiger is coming, if a tiger is coming at you and you have a handgun, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, well,
I was just thinking that. I was like, can you take a tiger down with like a bullet? You can probably
not
them.
Not once it's in motion.
Take a down with a bullet.
Yeah, you can.
You know how much a tiger weighs? Like a 700 pounds.
Yeah, you got to pop it full of a couple caps.
It won't stop that momentum.
It won't stop the momentum, but you got to shoot and move.
You can stun it a little bit, but I don't think you're stopping a tiger not with the first bullet.
You better have a desert fucking eagle if you want.
I'm shooting him in the face. That's me. I'm shooting in the face with this 22.
I'm not taking that.
Definitely ain't stopping a tiger with a 22.
My 22 shoots straight, goddammit. I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
Is this a video? There's a video?
Yeah. It was a couple. It was all right, so I was getting it.
Stand down right now.
What the hell is that?
Just waiting, because there is a freaking Bengal tiger.
Oh yeah, it's just in the yard.
In this yard, and this dude needs to be careful. Holy cow.
The guy's in the middle of the street.
Oh my god.
It's walking towards him.
Oh my gosh.
Walking the tiger?
Oh no, the tiger's walking by itself at this guy.
He's gonna shoot it. Oh.
Well, I mean, I would shoot at it. It's a tiger coming for me.
At tiger.
Is there a tiger?
No, you can't shoot at it because if you shoot at it, it'll scare the tiger, and then the tiger will be.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want
to make any moves that'll make the tiger upset.
It's like swatting at a bee. If you piss it off, it's going to sting you.
Yeah.
If you don't, it might go away on its own.
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
If it comes towards you, you're gonna do something to try to stop it.
No, you're not. You're gonna run.
Thank you.
There's like 2 pickup trucks like right there. I don't know why you didn't just get in the car.
Out on a tiger.
I love common sense from the peanut gallery.
Well, dude, when
So there's a freaking Bengal tiger roaming in this yard, and this dude needs to be careful. The woman says, "What the heck? Why is there a tiger?" Eventually, the owner comes out and brings it back inside. Like, oh, sorry.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Oh, is your face okay? It's not ripped off.
I saw it was another article about a tiger too. I saw that, and it was loose. I think it was another tiger in Texas, and the tiger was loose, and the owner got it, and the police chased the owner because the police were trying to get the tiger anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy jumped out of his car after he had the tiger, got the tiger put in his car, jumped out of the car, left the tiger in the car to run from the police. Tigers escaped again. So now there's just another tiger loose in Texas. Texas is Tiger Kingdom. I ain't going to Texas for nothing.
I don't know. I'm supposed to go there later this month, and I was like, oh, I should look for comedy shows to do, but I think I need to make sure I know all the animal control numbers.
You need to get them.
I need whatever tiger repellent workshops and
There's no way tiger ownership is legal.
Yes, it is.
It can't be.
It's legal in America. You can own tigers in America.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mike Tyson owned one?
Mike Tyson owns a Bengal tiger.
That was.
But doesn't he live in Vegas? You can do anything over there. I feel like you can't own a tiger in Texas specifically.
It's Candace. It's Texas. They don't have laws.
They don't have laws in Texas.
Their whole state's founded on the premise of laws are bad.
Yes.
I think you're talking about Florida.
No, that's Texas and Florida. All the
same
southern,
premise.
all those states that hang out in the Gulf of Mexico, their state premises. Fuck this law. We ain't got there's lawlessness in these states. But
okay.
They like to. They look.
You said states that hang out in the Gulf. Okay, so Louisiana too?
Oh shit, yeah. Louisiana's the most lawless state in the union.
Apparently, Mississippi just didn't desegregate until 2017. Oh, did you hear about this? There's a girl suing the school because she had better grades than the student that got salutatorian, but so she didn't get it. But the other and now that she's suing this.
Why didn't she get it though?
We don't know. I mean, it's assumed she's suing because she thinks it was because of racism, but
it's placism.
There wasn't really any other logical reason.
They're gonna go. It wasn't racism. It was placism. You got second place. Know your place, Negro.
But she's suing because she's saying that it prevented her from getting a scholarship.
Got better grades. Why wasn't she given that?
Good question.
Why?
I don't know. Because Mississippi, Candace.
Mississippi, Candace. I mean, it's because Southern
She
America.
should have been given that honor. That makes a big difference when you're applying to colleges and stuff like that. Like, that's a big deal. I would have sued too.
Oh, I'm not saying she shouldn't have.
I'm
saying it's Mississippi, and I found because of that story, I found out that they didn't desegregate fully until 2017.
So, Mississippi, Candace. That's part of your home state, isn't it? Aren't you from Mississippi?
No, absolutely not, and you know that.
Oh, so you're from Louisiana.
Yes.
Louisiana.
New Orleans specifically.
Homer, suck the head and break the tail.
What the?
That's what they do.
Pinching tails and sucking heads.
There you go. See?
Whoa.
See, hey, she know what I'm talking about.
That is a reference to how you eat crawfish, Joey.
And lobster.
And other things too. But
oh goodness. Oh man, but what's going on in the world, Joe?
I'm not an expert, but I think that it works
when you eat a lot of things.
Eating several things of that shape. Can't confirm.
Can't confirm nor deny. What else is going on in the world, Joe LaFaro?
So I don't know if you're aware of this, but over the weekend, couple things happened.
Okay.
So China launched a rocket a little while ago, and like most things made in China, it malfunctioned.
Pretty much.
And we spent the weekend going, "Hey, where's this debris gonna land?"
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Where did it land?
It ended up landing in the Indian Ocean.
Thank God.
And NASA has come out with a statement in reaction on Sunday, May 9th, that spacefaring nations must minimize the risks to people and property on Earth of re-entries of space objects and maximize transparency regarding those operations. It is clear that China is failing to meet responsible standards regarding their space debris.
China has no standards in anything they do. They just build shit and hope it works, and then tell the world, "Fuck you."
This is gonna be
Have to have the phrase space debris.
This is
Because
gonna,
of China, we have to have that phrase.
this is gonna be how World War III starts. It's gonna be because they're gonna be like, "Hey, China, stop launching shitty rockets. You're gonna like destroy stuff."
You don't tell me about my shitty rocket.
I launch rocket if I want to. And then make me. And then
Make a me.
I'm not proud of what we just
Make a me.
This is gonna come. It's gonna be like make me, and then they're gonna try to make them. That's gonna be how World War III starts. It'll be the dumbest reason to start a war, but some debris will come down on some monument somewhere, and everyone will get pissed off.
It'll land on the Washington Monument. It'll be accident, holy accident.
It'll land on Notre Dame. Oh wait, that already burned down.
Damn, Joey, that was wrong.
Was it?
That hurt a little bit.
Everyone forgot that happened, didn't they?
Notre Dame.
No one cared.
Oh man, what else?
We all made a big deal about that for about a week, and no one gives a fuck anymore.
No one cared when it. No one cared right after it happened.
Except the French, they still care.
Oh no, a cathedral is burning. Someone help us!
Oh no,
America!
Our bells will ring no more.
We no longer can ring bells. Oh no! Get me the baguette and the croissant. Oh no!
What accent is that transitioning to?
This is the fucking worst.
I don't even know where you went with that. That was such a. Oh my god!
Like dirty Frenchman.
Speaking of weird accents, did you catch Elon Musk's hosting of SNL?
I didn't. Terrible was it? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I didn't. I haven't heard anything. It sounds like it was one of those things where it's like everyone was expecting like all this was talking about it so much, and then it was just completely uneventful. It's like it was fine.
It was a guest host spot. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad. It was just a guest host spot. But he did the one thing.
He came out and said that he has Asperger's, which okay.
What is Asperger's?
It's autism.
It's on the spectrum.
It's a specific version of autism
that makes you like socially awkward.
Okay. Because I've never truly like known. People like white people say it all the time. Yeah, I got Asperger's.
You should probably read up on it because our guest next week has it.
Who's our guest next week?
The one and only Kurt Ryan.
Okay.
Former stand-up comedian and
why would I read up
resident shit poster.
Why would I read up on it to interview a guest, Joey?
Because if he doesn't bring it up, it'd be good for you to know what you're getting into.
No, if it's just off the wall, then I'll go.
Marcus doesn't even learn the guest's name. And you want him to read up on their specific mental conditions? That's too much.
Way too goddamn
I thought you would have known.
Unrealistic expectations.
Why would you think I know what Asperger's
most
is?
people would have picked it up by now.
I mean, I've heard about it.
Yeah.
And like I hear people say it all the time. I just never I never paid attention enough to go, oh, okay, cool. Let me see what that's all about. All right, cool. It's social awkwardness. You know what that's called? That nigga over there. That's what we call that in my neighborhoods. It's just like that nigga over there a little bit. Yeah, don't fuck with him. He's a little different. Don't fuck with him too tough. All right, cool. That's how we dealt with mental illness in my neighborhood growing up. So we never knew clinical names for shit. Like y'all grew up with clinical names. We grew up with sit your ass down, man. Shit, you getting us all in trouble. You bad. Go to that room with the kid with the helmet. That's how I grew up.
It's a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by significant difficulties in social interaction, not in nonverbal communication. along with restricted and repetitive patterns of behavior and interests.
Okay. All right. So they're a little off. All right, I get it. But again, Joey, have I ever offended anyone with Asperger's syndrome?
I don't know, but I'd like it to not happen next week.
Have I made any jokes about the name?
You know what? Let's change the subject.
Hey,
this is. I know this road. This is a slippery slope. We're heading down right now.
You know where I'll go with this.
I know where you go with these things. It's never anywhere that
that you want me to go.
You go down the cancel hole way too frequently for my taste.
All right, I won't get us canceled this week. I was gonna. You don't understand how much I was gonna this week, Joey. This week I was raring to get us canceled. Black women were gonna cancel us. White Anglo-Saxon females were gonna cancel us, as well as midget transitional folks. See, I was going to go into detail about a lot of things, but I chose not to because at the end of the day, Joey, I know I live in America, the land of the free, home of the brave. And I know that these people have their own rights. Am I right, Candace?
Oh, my God.
They have their rights, and I need to respect their rights.
Are you going to start that again?
Because as Candace misquoted Dr. King a couple weeks ago, an injustice everywhere is an injustice anywhere. And anyhow you injustice it, it bakes into a cake. I don't know what the fuck they really mean by the shit because they don't know what they mean when they say it.
What are you talking about?
What just happened?
I'm telling you how I feel in my heart, Joey. So I chose not to go into detail this week and get us canceled because that's a thing I got to worry about. Cancellation.
Well, first of all,
I provide the fucking.
A comedian just got canceled for doing a bunch of Asian stuff, and you guys did a fake ass offensive.
Oh no!
5 straight minutes.
Oh no! They're gonna cancel us. They gonna cancel.
No. It was like 1 minute. It was like 1 minute of Chinese accents and another of French. Which is fine. You can make fun of the French.
So that tells you we don't care about white people either. Fuck them all.
They're getting canceled. They're still doing hashtag Stop Asian Hate, you guys. It's not the time.
What was the hate in what we said?
Asians.
There was no hate in anything we said.
I was just posting a hypothetical. I was predictive about how World War III is going to start, and it's going to be that
stereotypical Asian accent was very offensive, and it just. After today, when somebody just got canceled for that, is what I'm saying.
America, you kiss on my ass. I drop my shitty rocket on your capital.
Okay.
Oh my God. We're not gonna get canceled because of that. That sounds stupid. I'm making a generalization of a group of people. There's no violence toward those group of people. Have we said one violent thing toward any community in this country, Joey? Has the Dot County Podcast ever been violence?
I didn't say anything violent. I said the offensive stereotypical accent.
The problem everyone keeps getting in. The problem people keep getting in trouble with is they keep inflecting violence into their rhetoric. Ours is purely comedic, and if you see it as anything other than comedy, you suck. And
a stand-up comedian doing a set.
What
was it? Literally, wait. What's the difference between us doing the accent for the bit about the Chinese rocket versus making fun of doing the French accent?
Yeah,
because if it's literally the same problem. If
I'm
one's
sure
the other.
This is offensive. I'm not offended by it, but again, I'm not Chinese or French. I'm just letting you guys know what's going on in the world today. Somebody got canceled for this exact thing.
Because we don't consider French an ethnic group. Or a minority.
It is. It is an ethnic group.
I mean, it's white people.
No, it's not.
Right, exactly. European.
See,
it's
not. That's not true. See, this is the fucked up part that you white folks have co-opted everybody.
What do you mean?
Into believing. That's not what white people are. White people are the ones from up north All the
European-
ones
That's where
around
white
the
people
all the
come
ones
from.
around the
Europe.
Mediterranean, those aren't whites.
French are up north. What do you mean?
No, they're not. They're down there. They're
No,
down
they're
there.
not. They're not on the Mediterranean.
Where they? Yeah, they are.
Like a small quarter of the lower part of the
Mark,
country is.
It's Europe. That's where whites come from. Europe.
I'm talking about Scandinavians. That's what when I'm talking about whites, I'm talking about the people in the cold Iceland, Scandinavia,
Why?
Greenland.
They ain't do shit.
Yeah, fuck them.
They ain't do shit though.
Yeah, fuck them.
They weren't the ones that did
Yeah,
anything.
Dot Comedy says fuck the Scandinavians.
The ones you want to like come after, the ones that did the slave trading were France, Belgium, or the Dutch and the British. Mostly the British.
See, why are we worried about the
Mostly
slaves?
the British, definitely.
Well, I've never said I like the
The
British.
Scandinavians didn't do any, had nothing to do with it.
The British invented colonialism. They are the
I'm not saying that the British are the
colonizers.
best. I'm not saying that. That I agree with. Oh shit, my cup broke. Oh man.
Just go look up Tony Hinchcliffe and you'll see what happened today.
I mean, what did he say?
Who is that?
Okay, it's a comedian who I never heard of until today. So this rant actually got him some publicity. So he was on some
Hinchcliffe?
festival or show or whatever, and the host of the show was Asian.
Oh my god.
And then he goes on after the host and calls him a dirty chink.
Yeah, that's not what we
That's
did.
racism.
That
Hold
is.
on.
That's a
And
hate
then
term.
And then also did like this offensive Asian accent for a while. After he called the guy a dirty chink.
At an Asian person. That's different. Like, we're not going around into it's not like I'm sitting here and accusing every Asian person of sounding a certain way or doing that.
No.
We're making fun of something that happened this weekend that was legitimately scary for everybody on the planet because China
listen.
was being irresponsible with their rocket launching.
Mhm.
We're not saying that all Asians do anything. There was nothing about
no
what we were saying.
generalization at all. And the
Okay.
thing,
We're making fun of China, the country, because they have a track record of doing shit like this.
we're making fun of the Chinese Communist Party.
Gotcha.
If you have a problem with the Dot Comedy podcast, that means you like communism. Yeah.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, I said it. Yep. If you want to cancel Dot Comedy, it's because you like
You are
communism.
communist.
Now,
Support communism.
could we have done it without the accent?
No,
Probably.
it wouldn't have been funny. Fuck that. No, you need the accent in that one. You need the accent in that one to accentuate exactly how that shit's gonna really go down.
It does make it seem a bit more ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. But Joey, we're gonna get canceled at some point.
I'm sure we are. By the way, I mean, this guy deserves to be canceled just because of his face. I'm looking at Tony Hinchcliffe, and speaking of horse face,
Damn. Is he a white guy?
I mean, he's scary looking.
Yeah, he looks.
Oh yeah.
He looks like the Joker.
He looks like the white guy you want to cancel. Joey does not. Don't cancel Joey, folks. Don't cancel Joey. Cancel Candace.
He looks 100% inbred.
He does. He looks like.
Why do I have to be canceled?
He looks like
I'm trying
inbreeding.
to spread awareness.
And I agree, Candace. I am not advocating Asian hate.
This guy looks like if
I am-
someone tried to clone Anthony Jeselnik and it went horribly wrong.
Yes.
And that's exactly what he is. So
So yeah, he's
Looks like a mixture of Anthony Jeselnik with drops of Royals, because you know how they're all inbred.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he looks like.
Oh my goodness. But Joey, it's been real this week, man. I've had a good time.
yeah.
And I made some people laugh. We hopefully we haven't offended the world. That comedy tries its best not to offend everybody, but sometimes we fail. This week on the That Comedy Podcast is brought to you by CPMMA. Yeah, the That Comedy Podcast is weekly brought to you by CPMMA.
The thoughts and opinions expressed herein are purely that of the people that do not reflect that of of our surprisingly unknowing sponsors.
Oh man, and carnivals. Get yourself out to a carnival this summer. COVID doesn't exist at carnivals. Carnies have they smell like cabbage, so it keeps COVID down.
Go ride a dangerous piece of metal operated by a person who didn't graduate high school.
Oh, the carnies! No, can't do it, Joe. The carnies can come after us. They're gonna cancel us too. You want the carnies to come cancel us?
Let's go.
Their little hands and their cabbage smelling. Oh my goodness, Candace, where are you gonna be at this week, sweetheart? You're back out in the world, man. I'm looking at you.
I use my
Them
jiu-jitsu white
thighs
belt.
are everywhere, Candace.
I'm trying to get back out in these streets. Just follow me on _Candace to see where I'm at.
And Candace travels too.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
And
That's all of that. I be everywhere. Yep.
and weekly burnt toast and coffee time with Candace and Jesse every Friday.
I got to be burnt.
Burnt toast and coffee time.
Is it at least buttered?
With Candace and Jesse. A little bit of I can't believe it's not right on the top of that. But Joey, what you got going on in the world, man?
I have some shows coming up. I will be at Nottingham's on May 19th.
All right.
That's next Wednesday. And then on the 23rd, I'm doing another Rockville front yard show.
Okay.
With Carmia Weinrob, who was on our podcast a couple months ago.
Gotta have Carmia back on the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do another set in front of that green ambulance if it's still there. And then on June 5th, 6/5, I will be returning to the DC comedy stage at the Ugly Mug, courtesy of Starstruck Productions. Shout out to Alex Starr. I will be back in prime time on that day.
All right, man. I'm proud of you, man. Getting back out there. Candace out there running these damn streets. DJ Marcus.
Well, Lord knows I'm not going to produce a show.
DJ Marcus does
that.
have an upcoming gig. DJ Marcus will be performing at the Laugh Hole in Largo. So come through. I'll be spinning records.
That's a place.
I'll be spinning records this and every third Saturday. So just come through, come by the DJ booth, say, hey, DJ Marcus. And if I recognize you from the podcast, if you recognize me from the podcast, by all means, just say, I'm in the Laugh Hole with DJ Marcus.
What kind of hole? The laugh hole.
Oh, man, but it's been fun, Joey. It's been fun, Candace. We've had fun on the Dot Comedy Podcast. And we will see you folks next week. Who's our special guest, Joey?
We got some awesome guests actually coming up. We have Kurt Ryan next week. And then the return of Alex Brown the following week.
A-Trap Brown will be here.
Right.
Oh, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. I've known Alex for a number of years, and it should be fairly interesting to reminisce with Mr. Alex Brown.
If anybody's going to get us canceled, it'll be that.
Alex Brown. Yes.
Here's the thing. The last time we had him on was like right after Kaepernick took that knee. That's how long it's been.
It's been that damn.
It's been that long.
Wow. Candace remembers that day. That's when her boyfriend lost his job.
Oh, my God. I want to put him on his knees. Let's not talk about it. I don't want to get us canceled.
What's he on his knees to do?
To eat my vagina.
You got to be on your knees to eat your vagina? How tall are you? I've never eaten vagina on my knees. I don't know what the fuck. What do you have him doing?
Wait, I'm confused. Who's appropriating who?
Thank you. Sounds like...
If I'm sitting on the edge of the bed.
No, why are you sitting on it? You lay down.
I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, and that is where he is eating my vagina. Don't worry about my fucking fantasy.
Is he still wearing his knee pads?
Still wearing his girdle from that Sunday's game?
He's wearing like basketball
He's
shorts.
still wearing the football pants.
Oh, my goodness. That is it. Okay, now I got that image in my head. I'm going to bed with that on the Dot Comedy Podcast, folks. Yay! You get to leave with it too. Candace, vagina in the air, someone to eat on the Dot Comedy Podcast. Oh man, but Joe, it's been fun, man.
We need to not let her do this naked anymore.
Act like this. Yes, act like this. Oh man, but we're gonna see you next time, folks, on the Dot Comedy Podcast.